This is Battle of the Ports悪魔城Dracula, or better known as Castlevania. Now many people think that Castlevania started life on the Famicom NES, but that isn't true. The first release was on the Famicom Disk System and hit Japanese stores on September 26, 1986. Castlevania is divided into 6 blocks of 3 stages each, for a total of 18 stages. You play as Simon Belmont, who uses a magical whip, apparently, as his primary weapon. Throughout the game, the player can find and use various backup weapons, including throwing knives, axes, vials of holy water, a magical watch that can briefly freeze enemies, and sacred crosses that function as boomerangs. However, only one such weapon can be carried at a time. Hidden food items that restore health can also be found within the walls of the castle and grounds. There's nothing more vitalizing than eating a dusty, moldy bit of meat found in a wall. The actual NES cartridge release didn't hit the stores until 1987, but get this, the Famicom cartridge version didn't see the light of day until 1993. The NES and Famicom cartridge versions are pretty much the same as the Famicom disc version, but omit the name registration screen and saving from the original Famicom disc version, but an additional easy mode has been added. From what I can tell, this easy mode removes the knockback when hit. You also keep your sub-weapon when you die, and smaller enemies die when they touch you. Of course, they also take away your energy as well. This version was also added to Nintendo's NES-based arcade systems, such as the PlayChoice 10 and the Verse Arcade, minus the easy mode. In 1990, Castlevania actually got some Western ports. This is the IBM Compatible version developed by Distinctive Software. Well, what can I say about this port? On one hand, it looks better in some areas than the Famicom original, but in others it looks just as ugly. What is interesting is the ad-lib renditions of the Castlevania music. Sounds interesting? Distinctive Software have done an excellent job at recreating the stage designs. They are pretty close to the original game. The gameplay is a little different and rather janky as well, but this is to be expected from a PC game of this time. Overall, I think this is a reasonable attempt. It's not as good as the original, but fairly good nonetheless. Amiga port came out in 1990 and was handled by Novotrade. Oh no. Novotrade are known for making crap, even on consoles. Straight off we have a problem. Wrong music on the first stage. And it's in the wrong key at times. Why were many Western developers half-arsed with keeping the correct audio? Did they think nobody cared? Did they even think we'd never notice? But let's forget about the music. It is the game we want to really talk about. Man, it's shit. Yes, those Amiga fanboys are going to be rampant on the keyboards now, but in all honesty, this is total wank. The delay on the controls is really bad. You can actually see the delay from pressing the button to when the game actually does something. Then there's the typical stupid uppers jump issue. In this game, it really is a problem. How do you walk upstairs in Castlevania? That's right, you push diagonally up in the direction you want to climb. In this game though, it has you jump onto the stairs. This can cause all manner of issues. The PC port doesn't have this problem. Then we have the graphics. Some look okay, but what the hell happened to the animation? Why do the zombies hop or jump? Why do the Medusa heads not fly in their traditional pattern? Why do enemies walk 3 times faster than you? Yep, without a doubt, the Amiga version of Castlevania is bloody awful, thanks to Novotrade. Oh, and did you notice that it plays in a box too? Yep, even in NTSC mode. Commodore 64 also saw a release in 1990. This port was developed by Unlimited Software, which is a division of Distinctive Software. What we get is a pretty nice looking NES port to the C64. It isn't without its issues though. The constant pausing between screens as the game loads from disk is rather annoying, and we do have up as jump again, but at least Ultimate Software have tried to make it work better by having Simon home in on the beginning of the stairs. This actually worked quite well. The gameplay, besides the up to jump, is pretty much spot on too. All the same enemy placements are present. The enemies react as they do in the original game for the most part, and the music is correct. I'm quite happy with this version. On October 30th, 1986, 1 month after the Famicom Disk System game was released, came the MSX2 version, known as Vampire's Kiss in Europe. This is not a port of the original and is only being mentioned here because I know the comment section of this video will be full of people asking where it was. So this MSX2 game plays really poorly compared to the Famicom original. It features stiff controls, slow gameplay and horrible maze-like stages that require you to find keys, buy sub-weapons and all sorts of annoying points. And let's take a look at all those versions of Commodore Dracula, Castlevania running side by side.